Welcome to Mora FC. It is what it is. This is the best, this is the fastest way, and the easiest way, and the best way how to make this dart or pleated dart. I call it pleated dart because the form of pleated is form of dart. Do you understand? I call it pleated dart. So let's go to this part. This part is very important. Where the dart really form. This part, if there's some tips and tricks that you need to pay attention. You need to know when working on this part, otherwise you won't get it smooth like this one. You won't get it smooth like this. There will gonna be a bug if you didn't get these tips and tricks. There's some secret behind it, hidden it. So I'm gonna give you all the tips, all the tricks, well explained. Nothing is hidden, nothing is hiding, to achieve the best of this style. Very simple and easy. Nothing is hidden, nothing is hiding. So if you're new to the channel, do subscribe, like and share and comment and click on notification bell. So without wasting much time, so let's get started. You need a pattern. First, you need a pattern. Very important. You don't want to waste much fabric. Forget about the lines that you've seen, these blue lines. Forget. We are going to make our lines, so concentrate on the line that I'm going to make now, and concentrate on my voice and concentrate on what I'm doing. You're going to get it perfect and easy as ABCD. So I'm going to draw my first line. This is my center fold. You know, when you want to measure your center and top, you fold into two. So this is my center fold. That's my center fold. So you're going to work with the bars measured by divided by 4, and you add your sewing allowance to it. But before that, I'm going to draw my shoulder slope and the length I'm using. You can use 20 inches or maybe 23 or 22 inches. It depends. Or you can use the same length with the measurement that you use. So this is my shoulder slopes, my starting line for the shoulder line. So you pay attention, it's very important. You know, when I'm marking my neck, I always mark 2.5 inches. So please do pay attention, it's very important. 2.5 inches. So this is my 2.5 inches, and when I sew it, this is my ½ inch for sewing. For this part, that's when I'm going to determine how long I want my placket to be far away from my neck. So you can measure 2 inches from this part. You can see you decided how long you want it to be far away from your neck. So you can measure 1 inches. You can measure 1.5. Maximum supposed to be 2 inches. Maximum supposed to be 2 inches. So have you seen? I hope you understood. So I'm going to measure 3 inches here with my sewing allowance. This is my 2.5 inches and my ½ inch for the sewing allowance. That will give me 3 inches. So from there, you can measure 1.5 or 1 inch, 2 inches as measurement from that line. So from that line, you're going to draw a straight line more than your waist, more than your half length. More than your half length. I normally say waistline. More than your half length. Do you understand? So your half length can be 16, 17 or 17.5 inches. So I'm going to measure 16.5 inches from that line. Then I'm going to mark. But when I'm making my pleated dart, it's going to be more than that. But I'm using this as a guide, so I'm measuring that is 16.5. Then I'll draw my straight line over there. Then I'll cut. Voila. Mora FC, it is what it is. So I'm going to use this paper to cover the hole that we're going to make. It's very important. This paper, this pattern is short, so I'm going to adjust it. So let me do that very quickly. Let me adjust it. This is the pattern that I have, you know, my last pattern that I have. So I just have to make the tutorial out of it very fast, and we go on. So it's short, so I'm just using my solid tape to, you know, to add it to make it long. So I'm going to put it down there just like this. This is the best way to get it perfect, done and smooth. This is how you're going to go by it. So we're going to open this part. You can open 4 inches. It can be 3 inches, 3.5 inches, maximum 4 inches is okay. 3 inches, 3.5 inches or 4 inches is okay, but I'm measuring 3.5 inches. That's what I'm using. So you're going to open this side 3.5 inches, then you use your sellotape to secure it. I post videos every Wednesdays and Saturday. New tutorial, new stars every Wednesday and Saturday. And please do well and give me a thumbs up, comment, share, let other people benefit as well. They say sharing is caring, sharing is caring. So please do well, share, let other people also seize it and learn it and benefit it as you are benefiting as well. And give it a thumbs up and comment, ask question if still something is bothering you, should ask. If you want to compliment, say something to compliment and to encourage me is well also needed. So you say, so you can see that I'm using my sellotape to secure it first at that part. So you're gonna have something like this. I was not having a big sellotape. I just have this small. I just bought that one. I couldn't get a big one, so this small one that I'm using. So this is how we're gonna do. So you can see we secure that hole, we have secured that part. So I'm going to fold it back. So I'm going to fold it to make my pleat that, call it pleated that, or you can say that, whichever name that you're going to call it, it's up to you. So from here you form your pleated that, or your dart, or your pleat, whatever you're gonna call it. You just form it right here, but make sure that the folded part, the center fold, that place is straight. Is important. That part supposed to be straight. The center fold, the center supposed to be straight. You can see how I'm taking my time over here, because I want the center, this line where the center fold is, this line supposed to be straight, that part supposed to be straight, again that part supposed to be straight, the center fold supposed to be straight. So I'm going to use my sellotape to hold it down. Please, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe, like and share and comment and click on notification bell. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. I post videos every Wednesdays and Saturdays. New tutorial, new star, new trending. More IFC, it is what it is. So as you can see that we have already formed, but when you look at this part, I'm using the measurement of 38 inches. So when you divide 38 into 4, and that will give you 9.5 plus my half, 1.5, so your allowance, and you add it to it. So this part is not straight, so you have to straighten that part. When you form your plate, you can see that that part is not straight. So I'm going to measure my bars divided by 4 plus my sewing allowance to it. So remember, from the center fold, that's my line, that's what I'm using. Then I'll draw my straight line over so here. Remember, on the shoulder line we made a new line, a straight line, because after folding, after making your dart, you can see that part is not straight no more. So when you fold it, you're supposed to get everything intact and straight. You're supposed to have something beautiful like this. There's no curve, there's no bend nowhere. Every place is straight. The shoulder line is straight, the center fold is straight, the other side is also straight. So you're gonna put it on the fabric. So the measurement that I'm using, like I said, chest 38, length 30, shoulder 20, and the sleeve length 10 or 11 inches, depend. You need to measure the person and use your own measurement. Pay attention here, is very important. It's very important. I'm using my tape measure to calculate, divide the chest into 4. If you don't know how to use that, use it. Learn using your tape measure. 9.5, and I'm going to add 1.5 to it, so 11 inches. So I'm using 11 inches. So please do pay attention how you're going to cut. You need to fold your fabric as usual, like the way we cut our fabric. You fold your fabric into 2 with your sewing allowance to 8. So I'm measuring 11 inches over here. So you measure the person, your customer, whatever chest you're gonna get, you divide it by 4, then you add your sewing allowance to it. It can be 1 inch, it can be 1.5 inch of sewing allowance to it. So you need to iron. You can see I'm really tackling the center fold. It's very important. I'm ironing the center fold because I need a line at the center fold. I need a line over there. It's important. So you need to iron it. You can see I'm checking my measurements. So after that, we open it. You can see this line. This is our center. That's our center. The first, like I said, you have to look at where your design falls. You can see I'm going to turn it over so that my placket or my dart won't be at the wrong side. So you need to check. Now I'm going to open this one up. Just have to spread it out like this. If you didn't get something like this, that means you're on the wrong track. You can see here I scribed this part has to be straight. Again, you have to put it on the fabric, the center of it. Look here, is very important. You check the fabric and determine where the design is going to fall. If I cut it like this, that means I'm going to get it the wrong part. So I'm going to flip it over. It's important to check. You can see I'm repeating myself. When I'm making a star, look at where the design falls. Does it fall on the left side or on the right side? And you make sure you do the same thing. So you can see I flip it out, I turn the fabric. Now I'm working on the right side. This is the right side of the fabric. At first it was on the wrong side. I was working on the wrong side, and now I'm working on the right side of the fabric. So this is my center. You can see the line over there. That's my center. You make sure this part is straight. That's the center. You make sure that part is straight, and you can pin it. Pin it. I advise you to pin it. Very, very important. Again, make that part straight. No matter what, that part is supposed to be straight. Then you pin it. You can see that on the pattern there will be some bulky. It's going to raise up. It's going to raise up. Forget about that one. Forget about that part. The most important part is the center. So when you place your pattern on your fabric, make sure that you put exactly at the center line. That part, it shouldn't have to be curved. It shouldn't have to burn, or there shouldn't be any sliding. No, it's supposed to be straight. Then you measure your length. Your length, if the length is 30, make sure you add 4 inches to it. I'm working on the right side. On the front, usually we add 1 inch. By this time, make sure you add 4 inches extra. And you can see I'm cutting it down. When cutting this side, it's not going to be straight. It's going to be curvy. You make sure you add like 1 inches to it from the pattern, away from the pattern. You can see that is away from the pattern. This part will not be straight. It's going to be curvy. You cut it the way you seen in the pattern. So you can see, I'll come to the center seam. This is the center seam. You can see that I'm marking a notch over there. That's the center seam. Then I'm going to trace this part. So have you seen? So I'm going to mark this line. and we're going to mark this part. Or say that's our dot that we left. That's the 3.5 inches that we left over there. The 3.5 inches that we left over there, that's it. So we'll make a dot over here. That's our center where the dot will also form, but I'm going to make it longer. I'm not going to stop at my half length. No, I'm going to make it longer. Just come down a little bit, it will be beautiful. So you hold this part, then you hold this part, and you bring them together like this one. Have you seen what I did? Then you form your dart or your placket or pleated dart or whatever name you're going to call it. Then you iron it. There's something here you have to pay attention. It's also important. I will show you. If not, you're not going to get it. I will teach you how to iron it. There's a way of ironing this one. There's a way of ironing this one, I'm telling you. Just look at the way I'm ironing it, then you follow the same thing. My movement of the iron, just follow the same thing. Otherwise, you're not going to get the perfect move. So I'll pin this part. So I measure from the center fold. I have 4.5. I suppose I have 4. If it is 4.5, I suppose I have 4.5. So if it is not 4.5, I need to take my pin out and make sure I get 4.5 over there so that it will be straight. I want the line to be straight. So here we have 4.5. So I'm supposed to have here 4.5 from the center seam. From the center seam to the placket, the tip of the placket is supposed to be 4.5 inches. So you make sure you have 4.5. Otherwise, there'll be a sliding move of the placket. It's not going to be straight. If it's not straight, it's not going to look beautiful. Do you understand? So you can see that I'm measuring 4.5. I'm making sure that I have it straight. Everything is straight. So you can see now we have 4.5 inches over here, 4.5 inches also here. That means our placket or our dart, the line is straight. So if you don't pay attention on that spot, you're going to do, and the line will not be straight, you're going to be curvy, and it's going to look a certain way. It's not going to look professionally done. Do you understand? So this part is very important. Where the dart, you can see the way I'm working on that part. There's something I'm going to show you to you that you get a smooth surface. I'm sprinkling some water on it, so you can see. So I'm going to flip it to the wrong side. Then I'll come to where the darts fall at the tip of it. But before that, I have to put my hemming gum in there to hold it down. Take your pin out and you put your hemming gum in there. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend about Mora FC. It is what it is. When you follow my lead, you're gonna get it perfect. You're gonna get it perfect and smooth. You're gonna get it perfect and smooth. Your lines are going to be straight. Your dart is going to be straight, nice and beautiful, professionally done. It is what it is. After here, we have not done yet. If you jump step, you're going to jump some tips and tricks. I'm telling you, we are not done yet. So every bit steps is very, very important. You would think that we have done from here. No, we have not done. There's something that there are two things that I need to show you here again. And before you know, these are two things. This is the one. You can see I'll put some fusing at the tip where the dart is. When you put fusing there, it gives it smooth. It's going to give you a smooth dart at that point. Put fusion at that part. That is another one. So the last one is left with my last one. Then we go our way. So when I put a fusion there, you can see how smooth that part be. I'm telling you, when you put the fuse in there, you're going to see how smooth that part is going to be. If you didn't put the fuse in there, you're going to see that part is going to be bulky. You know, that part is going to be bulky. So have you seen how smooth it is? Have you seen? Just look how smooth that part is. So if there's no fusing over there, it's going to be bulky at that part. It is what it is. So you can see. So it left with another my last thing that we're going to handle before the game is over. So after finishing with this, we need to fold into two. You can see this is my center fold. I just hold it down and I put it down like this. So after you do this, you can see that there will be a bulky over here. You can see there's a bulk over here. Don't worry about that. I'll show you how to handle that part. It's very, very easy and simple. So that's my last part of it. So look at the way I'm ironing it. You can see I'm pushing it away. I'm pushing it away to the tip side. You can see, look at the way I'm ironing. You're supposed to iron it that way. You push it to the other side. You push it, push it, push it, push it, push it. It is what it is. So when you push it like that, it's going to lay flat. So now you can see that everything has laid flat and beautiful. Nothing is hidden, nothing hiding. Morai FC. It is what it is. So after that, you can see that this part is not going to be straight. You just have to, you know, cut it down. That's why I said the measurement. When you measure, if the person is 30, you add extra 4 inches to it. Then you check your bars measurement. You can see I added some 1 inch when I was cutting the pattern. So this is the 1 inch. So you check your measurement, your bars divided by 4, then you check your length. You can see you have extra here. If that part is not straight, then you recut that part. Your bars divided by 4 plus your sewing allowance, then you check everything, then you bring you back to this point. Save. Every part is straight, so that there will not be no bulky nowhere. You can see how smooth that part is. So now you just have to put your back there. You know, the back is always longer than the front as usual. Then you cut your shoulder slope. If you want to learn how to cut a perfect Senator top, well, explain, nothing is hidden, nothing is hiding. I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. Please do well and check it out. And if you want to cut a perfect neck to fit any size, well calculated, easy and simple, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. Do well and check it out and learn how to do it. When cutting the Senator top, I'm going to teach you here. I will use 2.5 as usual. So let's look here. You see, it's very important. Like I said, I have my 2.5 plus my sewing inch. That will be 3 inches. Let's do the calculation. That make sure we did the right thing. So this is my 2.5 and this is my half, and this is my placket. Remember, I want it to be 1.5 away. You can see this is my 1.5 away. You see, that's 1.5 away. Morai FC, it is what it is. So I chop my shoulder slope off. Give me a thumbs up, like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend about Morai FC. It is what it is. I want to thank everybody. For the last part here, let me do a shout out to those who have been learning and those who have been commenting, you know, those who have been sharing. God bless you all. God bless you all. God bless everybody who's learning, everybody who's sharing, and those who are commenting it. You can see this is the last part of it. The pocket is there. I have to put my buttons over there. You can see this is the pleated dart. I call it pleated dart. You can call it whatever. And you pop the neck. The person don't want me to pop the neck, so I didn't pop the neck. Do you understand? So I just do a turnover, so you can pop the neck, and it is what it is, you know. So like I said, thank you everybody. Thank for everybody, anyone that has been sharing my video, has given me thumbs up, you know, encouraging me. Thank you all. God bless you all. Morai FC, it is what it is.